In front of a North Carolina psychiatric residential treatment facility, known as a PRTF. Title: You are the best advocate for your child.
There should be different options to help young people who are struggling. Sometimes parents or legal guardians don't know what options are or should be available. If the child has Medicaid, you can ask your local management entity/managed care organization about intensive in-home services, partial hospitalization, day treatment, child assertive community treatment team, complex needs services, such as with an NC Start Murdoch Developmental Center evaluation, multisystemic therapy, or mobile crisis. These are some of the Medicaid mental health services for children and adolescents. Similar services may be available from other insurers but with different names. Every child enrolled with an LME/MCO should have a care manager. Care management is responsible to coordinate the physical and behavioral health services a person needs and create a unified care plan. You are the best advocate for your child.
In a PRTF hallway, DRNC's Rights of Children and Teens in 24-Hour Facilities poster hangs on a billboard.
Sometimes parents and legal guardians don't have any other options available that will work for them and their families. If this happens, you can advocate for the child's rights while they are in the PRTF. Learn about these important rights to feel confident in advocating for them. Also, make sure your child knows their rights in the PRTF. With this information, you and your child can recognize red flags.
At her kitchen counter, Crystal makes a phone call.
If you have concerns about a PRTF, whether it is in North Carolina or another state, contact the agency arranging for this placement. It could be your LME/MCO, or your insurance company, and tell them your concerns. Find out what they are doing about the issues regulators identified so you can decide if the facility is appropriate for your child. Use the link in the corner to find contact information for LME/MCOs. If your child is harmed in a PRTF or their rights are violated, alert the state's regulators with the NC Division of Health Service Regulation. You will need the name of the facility and the address to file the complaint. Give as many details as you can about what happened. Make sure you give them your contact information so they can reach you in case they have questions. They are required to keep your name and information confidential. It is not shared or released. They will let you know if they are investigating, and if so, whether they made any findings. Use the link in the corner to learn about filing a complaint.
Crystal types notes on her laptop.
Keep records and make notes. Don't be afraid to ask PRTF staff questions. Listen to what your child reports. Hold the PRTF accountable for the treatment they are being paid to provide for your child. Don't give up. You are the best advocate for your child.
The front of a PRTF building is clipped into the shape of North Carolina.
North Carolina has failed its children. They deserve effective services in their communities. Educate your state legislators and the Secretary of DHHS. Share the surveys with them so they understand where North Carolina families are being forced to send their children. Would they want their children to go there?
Disability Rights NC's logo is displayed against the backdrop of a PRTF building.
You can also call DRNC if your child's rights are violated in the PRTF. We can help. DRNC's abuse and neglect hotline number is 919-343-0417. Use the link in the corner to contact DRNC.
At her kitchen counter, Crystal continues to research PRTFs.
PRTF websites don't tell the full story. And there could be other options. PRTFs are not appropriate for every child and should not be the only option that are offered. Less restrictive alternatives should be considered first. By doing research about PRTFs and understanding your child's rights, your advocacy can help keep your child and others safe and increase the likelihood they will remain or return home with adequate supports. We must all work together to demand more and better alternatives than PRTFs.
DRNC's abuse and neglect hotline number is 919-343-0417. Visit us at disabilityrightsnc.org.